More drilling turkey hunts. William Hovey Smith, 2024. This is Hovey Smith, the Backyard Sportsman. And this is my fourth day on March 4 of turkey hunting. It is dry and windy today. March is living up to its reputation. And I have Helga out there in front center, and that is my hard-bodied decoy. And we are set up at the intersection of three roads on my farm, actually trails, at the site of an old logging yard that was done nearly a decade ago now. And I went in earlier and mowed this prior to season, and so you're now seeing relatively short vegetation greening and coming up in it. This morning I was busy with my screenplays, and I wrote 2 acts this morning and added them, and then by the time I got out it was more nearly 11 o'clock. And we have not heard anything yet today outside of the wind. My hope is that we'll have turkeys wandering up and down these roads ultimately. Hunting from inside a blind has certain advantages. One thing, it kept me out of the cold wind this morning. Secondly, you can bring all your gear inside and keep it dry. Now, I like wooden box calls, but one disadvantage of almost all of them is that they change tone when they are damp or wet. So you need to keep your box calls as dry as you possibly can, and inside a blind allows you to do that. So that's simple enough. Another point about blind hunting is your space around you is somewhat restricted. So, relatively short barrel guns, like double guns, work best. And in my double gun, the Sauer & Son 16 gauge drilling that I've been hunting with, I have modified it to make it even more effective. This gun originally had a modified and extra full barrel. Well, I had the modified barrel open to improve cylinder, which increases its versatility, as you saw when I targeted it on the range a while back. Now, many people shooting extra full choke guns at very close range miss the blazes out of their turkeys because their patterns are too tight. Ugh. Yeah, they might work fine at 50 yards, but if you're shooting at 15 yards, you're throwing a pattern of shot about the size of a quarter out there. And if you're a bit off aim left and right, or the turkey moves as you shoot, and so on and so on, yeah, you can miss the blazes out of it. Yet another advantage of double guns and drilling are their relatively short overall length for that barrel length. You eliminate usually 6 inches of receiver. So you can have a handier gun inside the blind that's easier to mount to the shoulder and swing, and still have enough barrel length so it doesn't blast the eardrums each time you shoot it. You don't want super short turkey guns. One other advantage that I haven't illustrated to you with the drilling, it doesn't go clankety clank, clank, clank when you load it. In fact, opening and closing can be absolutely silent. Yes, a shell fell out, I know. But no noise. None. Now, we do have modern shot shells. Back in the ancient days, when shells were first introduced in firearms and in double guns, these were pretty fragile affairs. And you could literally wear a shotgun shell out, loading it and unloading it. But now, even with the 1930s and 40s and 20s versions of paper shells, these are much more durable. And certainly these modern plastic shells are extremely durable. Yeah, I'm not going to wear the shells out, putting them in and out of the gun. No. Okay, let me show you a few other things about hunting in a blind.
Support this channel by buying my outdoor books, business books, novels, and recommending them to your local libraries. As you know, I have done a variety of books. Right at the moment, I am working mostly on promoting my novel, Until Death Do You Part, An American Family Meets Their Sicilian Cousins. Now, I've entered this in various screenplay competitions, including the Los Angeles Cinematography Awards, and was a finalist there, and then ultimately won the Hemingway Award at the LA Live Film Festival. Now, that's what one would hope to do. Unlike novels, screenplays are never actually finished until the movie's shot. So these are under continuous revision and sometimes major. And I've just gone through a major revision and would hope to have it advance further in larger and better known festivals such as at Sundance and Austin.
What we have here, on the bottom is the pouch I carry all my accessories in. Then I have my turkey vest. Then I have my calls, and I have my 1911 pistol. And that's for coyotes, by the way, and hogs. And these are elevated above the floor to be within relatively easy reach. So I don't have to reach all the way down to the floor to get something. On the other side, I have my lunch stuff. I also have my little box turtle slate call, which probably won't use in here today. It's just so quiet. And in the plastic bag is a chalk I use and my toilet paper. And so we have everything handy and ready, including my slip cover from a gun, so it's all nice and dry and toasty and warm as well. Well, it's been 4 hours, and I'm afraid I've got to get back to the world. Nothing doing today. Not a peep, not a sound. Did see one deer crossing about 100 yards away, but nothing in the way of turkey. I think I'll try it tomorrow evening. And we're set up in a different habitat situation. This is the second weekend of Georgia's turkey season, and I'm hunting back in a clear cut about 5 years ago, and it's really thick. And we've got our decoys on a road on the top of a bluff skirting a swamp. And we've got 2 out. The one in full sun there is Andre, and then Helga is sort of setting back in the shade yet. The sun hasn't gotten to her. And we've been here for 2 hours since about 9:30, and it's now about noon. And we haven't heard anything except maybe some hens, occasional cluck. And that's been about it. We have calling going on, but it doesn't have anything to do with turkeys, unfortunately.
Although we didn't do any particular good this morning, I'm glad we got out. It was chilly when we started. It's now starting to warm up a little bit, thank goodness. But we heard nothing much in the way of turkey. I've heard a few hen sounds down in the valley here, but we've had a lot of rain and it's flooding down there. And we're going to have more rain later in the week and even heavier, so they tell me. So I wanted to try to get in as much as hunting as possible as I could. On the way out, I'm going to scout and do a little more calling and see if maybe we can get a gobbler interested. But no, not a single gobble this morning. And haven't heard a single shot this morning.
The turkeys have certainly been here. These are thick leaves, and right within easy sight here there are 4 scratchings. And down below me there's a beaver pond and some cypress trees. And I suspect they like to roost in those. Yeah, this would be a good area to come back to. I like it better than where I was set up. And it is thick, thick, thick back in there. We are set up in the site that I showed you, and it's evening, now about 6:20. So hopefully we'll have some turkeys moving and coming back to where they actually started from, or at least hear some back in here going to roost, so we can look for them in the morning. So that's the general plan right now. Got a couple of decoys out, one on one side of the other little creek that we went up and down, and hopefully we will have some action.
Dark came, but nothing happened. Hunt what you eat and eat what you hunt. Goodbye, and God bless.